Hi, my name is Jason, and this is my blog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Evening, folks. I hope you're all right. It's Wednesday evening, and it's 5 o'clock. Oh, and my camera's just gone out of focus. That was different. Anyway, I haven't done a video for a few days. Not a lot's been happening, to be honest. There's a few things, obviously. Um, it's gotten a lot colder around where I live compared to what it has been, which is why I'm now wearing a long sleeve hoodie with pockets so I can put my hands in it. I don't know what the weather's like where you are. I haven't got a clue. Hopefully it's not too bad. Like I said, I haven't done too much in the last few days. We went town on Saturday. Saturday. We went town on Monday. Did a bit of shopping. Had a look around. Wasn't much happening though. It's that weird time where the hot weather's ended and the cold weather's about to begin, and you can see people sort of going from 1 minute wearing t-shirts to the next thing digging the hoodies and the jumpers and the cardigans out and all that sort of thing. I mean, yesterday was actually that cold that we've had to put the heating on for the first time in 5 months, 6 months nearly. So yeah, that had to get switched on. These glasses will never go level, will they? Not in a million years. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's the thing when you've got wonky ears, I suppose. You remember me telling you a while ago I'd been on to Wish and I bought myself some Jack Daniels merchandise. I just want to show you what I got. Now the first thing is I've got a Sony Xperia XA2, and it's not the easiest thing to get a case for, but I managed to pick this up. See that? My favourite brand obviously is Jack Daniels, and I managed to pick that up off Wish. Again, these are all Wish products. That was £1 or £2, and it's good quality. It really is, and I've tried it on my phone. It fits perfectly. Now, the second thing is, anybody who's known me a long time will know I'm a fan of pocket watches. And the one thing that's always been missing from my collection is a Jack Daniels pocket watch. Hey ho. And the beauty of it, a lot of these pocket watches that you see on the internet are only for decoration. This one, as you can see, by the hand moving around, actually works. It is a working Jack Daniels pocket watch. And it's really, the weight on it, I mean, it is a proper one. It isn't made of cheap, imitation parts or nothing. It is a really heavy one. And that was £3. Again, off Wish, off Wish.com. Now, this is the pièce de résistance, as they say. I bought this off Wish for a tenner. Now, I've always wanted some Jack Daniels merchandise that was clothing. And it's not the easiest thing to get. And I got this. You can see that from there. See the Jack Daniels logo? Well, look at the back of it. Look at the back of that, eh? What do you want for a tenner? Is that got cool or what? Long sleeve, 2 pockets. I mean, it's not a thick winter coat, don't get me wrong. It isn't the kind of thing you'd wear downtown when it's, really freezing cold. But if you've got a t-shirt underneath it or a thin jumper, it's absolutely brilliant. It really is. Yeah, so all that lot in total set me back £15 for a pocket watch, a Jack Daniels long sleeve top, and a phone case. I thought that was pretty good for £15. I did have something else as well, but I bought these just on a whim, just to give out to people, to be honest with you. These were, they said they were £1 each, but you bought one and you got 2 free. And what they are is they're cabochons, if you know what that is. Anyway, I'll just show you. You've got to look really, really close, but there is actually a dragon in that. I don't know if you can see it if I hold it like that. No, hang on, is it going to focus? Is it not going to focus? Can't tell. Yeah, you can see it, look, a purple dragon, sort of facing that way. No, the other way, that way, yeah. And I've got 3 of them, and it really is. It's a lovely thing. It's only simple. Again, that was £1, but you got 3 for it. So, I mean, three of them for £1, and they're quite thick, as you can see. Look, they're not flat. So yeah, I had a bit of a binge on Wish because I heard it was good, and I went on and I thought, blimey heck, some of the stuff on there is not good. Some of it's really overpriced. Like they do link sets for like £9–10 just for links, and it's like, wow, you can pick that up for like £2.99 in down my town, So I wouldn't buy anything like that. But a lot of the stuff on there is really, really good value. Like I said, there's nowhere I know that you could buy a pocket watch like that for £3 for that quality anyway. Fair enough if it wasn't working, I could understand it, but it is actually a working model. So yeah, that's merchandise to go with me Jack Daniels stuff. So I didn't do bad at them, Wish. And I've got some other items coming as well, which I will obviously show you when I get them. But rather than tell you, I'll show you when they come. Uh, like I said, the weather today has been beautiful. It's been really, really, really blue sky. You know, you haven't been able to fault it, but the temperature, it's only been 8 degrees, 9 degrees. It's really been cold. And I don't do the cold very well because of my conditions. As someone else, bloody don't do very well. I don't do very well in the cold because of my conditions because I get tired really quickly. And when we were downtown the other day, I had a bit of a bad turn and I ended up shaking from head to foot for about 5 minutes. And once I got some food in me and settled down for a bit, I was fine. So I'm starting carrying around dextrose now. I didn't used to, but I'm starting carrying them around because for some reason, I don't know what it is, but my sugar level or something just drops, just like that, just by flicking your fingers, and it drops. And I can be just walking around town, or I can be sitting down, I can even just be at home, and all of a sudden I'll just feel as if my energy has been taken off me in one foul swoop, and it's a horrible feeling. It really is a horrible feeling. I've been doing some more writing. I've written another poem, which I'll read out to you in a bit. It's a sad poem, so if you don't like upsetting poems, don't listen to it if you want. Skip the last couple of minutes. But I write about things which I see sometimes that affect me, and sometimes which I see and hear about just by generally talking to people. And if I think to myself, yeah, I'm going to write a poem about that, then I will do. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I do not alter my poems. I literally will write a poem and that's it. I won't go through it and change words. I won't edit it and do nothing to it because I would rather it be pure. I'd rather it be 100% what comes out of me rather than thinking, oh no, hang on a minute, I can use a better word there or another word there. Because that isn't me then, you see. That's me making sure it's okay for other people. And that isn't what my poetry is about. I've never wanted to be one of these poets that's, poet laureate and all this kind of stuff, because I don't do all that stuff. I do things relating to me and what I feel. I always said my poetry is what my heart and head feel, translated so that you lot can understand it. That's the basis of my poetry, really. Now, I'm getting onto the sore subject here, especially to Tottenham fans of football. Again, if you want to flick through, feel free. I was born in Stoke-on-Trent, and my local team was Port Vale, but their rivals were Stoke City Football Club. And there was always a thing that Stoke City were better than Port Vale. Port Vale now are in League Two, and Stoke are in the Championship. Now, Stoke have got a team that should really be at the top of that league. They should really be battling it out to get back into the Premier League because they have got that good a squad. And they are rock bottom of the Championship. Out of 10 games, they have drawn 2 and lost 8. So out of 30 points, they have got 2. Now, I've got friends and family that support Stoke, and they've said that it's absolute dross. It really is. The rubbish that they play on the pitch is absolutely pathetic. It's disgusting. It really is. And a lot of them, I feel sorry for them in a way because I've never known how to be a fan of Stoke City or Port Vale. I've always been a Liverpool fan because they were the first team I remember watching on TV, and I just started following them from then on. And I've never had to cope with them being bottom of the league. We've come close a couple of times, don't get me wrong, but I've never seen us relegated or come close to getting relegated. So it must be really, really, really strange, to watch your football team that you think is good enough to get back into the Premier League and watch them literally heading for Division 1. Now, Fleetwood Town, near where I live now, because I live in Blackpool, near where I live, Fleetwood Town, are doing really, really well in League 1. And the ironic thing is, by the end of the season, Fleetwood Town could come up and Stoke City could go down. And if that happens, Fleetwood, who've only got a little ground, don't get me wrong, they've only got a small ground, could be higher than Stoke City, who've got a really, really impressive football stadium. If ever you get a chance and you go through Stoke, go past the Britannia Football Stadium. It is a beautiful stadium. It really is. And the team that play there should be playing a lot better football than they are. Now, I know I said at the beginning, well, not at the beginning of this little bit, about Tottenham fans, is last night I watched a complete and utter collapse of a team which I never thought would happen. Now, I'm a Liverpool fan, that's fair enough, but I always want the English teams to do well in Europe because it does well for us all, as a nation, if the English teams do well in Europe. And Tottenham last year were in the Champions League final, with Liverpool. and we beat them 2-0, fair enough, but it wasn't a very good final. And last night I thought these will give Bayern Munich a really, really tough game. This is going to be a hard game. And in the first half, it was. It really was. I thought Tottenham played really well. I thought Bayern Munich played really well, and it was a good game. The second half was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Tottenham ended up losing 7-2 at home. And that is an amazing thing to do. It really is to do. I mean, I don't think Liverpool have ever lost that many in a Champions League match, whether home or away. I don't think we've ever done it. I could be wrong. Somebody might correct me on that. Now, changing the subject so that, all them people who are not interested in football. You see this, right? This is me stubble and me thing. Now, I'm not sure whether to do Movember this year, and I'll explain why. This year, when I did my birthday, I raised money for CMT. So I've already done quite a bit for charity, and I've done a lot of promoting of charity stuff as well throughout the year. And I don't know whether to do Movember again because that's asking people for more money. And I know that at this particular time in people's lives, a lot of people are skinned. It's going to be hard. It's coming up to Christmas as well. So I don't know whether to leave it this year and do it next year, give you the year off. Let me know what you think underneath. Just tell me yes or no. Do you think I should do Movember? Do you want to see me with a beard and moustache full again? Is it worth raising money? And the funds I raise money for, obviously, is Movember, which is Prostate Cancer UK as well. And they are the big ones that raise money in that. So, yeah, let me know what you think. There hasn't been a lot newsworthy that I've really concentrated on. I'm sick to death of hearing about Brexit. I think it's an absolute load of cobblers. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm moving on from that. My friends around the country seem to be doing okay. Melody Woodman, this is a message for you. Congratulations on getting the money that you needed for your wheelchair. I hope you managed to do all brilliant on it, and I hope it's a perfect model for you and all that sort of stuff. I'm sorry I wasn't able to contribute personally, financially myself, but I've been going through a lot of financial troubles, as you know, with the pit debacle, what happened, etc., etc., and I'm still getting myself sorted from that. But I do wish you well, and hopefully, you will be up and running. I've not been very good on me writing for my books, and I'm sorry I've let people down on that because I gave them a book. I published a book a couple of years ago that people have bought, and they've never had a sequel to it. Well, you will get a sequel to it. My New Year's resolution next year, starting in a couple of months, which is scary when you say it like that, is to get more books published next year. By the end of next year, 2020, I want to actually have at least 2 or 3 more books published. I'm determined to do it. Sorry, I just bit me lip. Ow. I'm determined to do it. I'm determined. Because at the end of the day, I'm letting myself down and I'm letting other people down. Excuse me a minute. Just drinking coffee. I don't usually drink coffee at my computer, but a couple of days ago we were in Home Bargains, and a few days before that I'd done a survey on coffee, and I kept doing them, and they kept saying this coffee called Lor, L-O-R. I thought, I've never really tasted that. So anyway, we were in Home Bargains the other day, or B&M. Was it B&M? Yeah, B&M. And I saw it on the jar, and I thought, oh, go on, I'll get a jar of it and see what it's like. And it's lovely. It is a really nice coffee. I expected it to be really harsh, I don't know why. I just expected it to be one of them coffees, but it isn't. It's lovely to drink. It really is a nice, smooth coffee. It's going to be one of my favourites, I think. And I'm not really a massive coffee drinker at home. I have a Costa, as you've noticed from my posts. I do post that I've had a Costa quite a lot. Well, at least every time I go downtown anyway, if I can get in. But I don't drink coffee a lot at home. But I'm going to start drinking that because it's better for you than tea, isn't it, supposedly? Anyway, like I said, I've got a poem coming up for you. And I'm going to read that out in a minute. I hope you're all well. I'm sorry I keep leaving it for a week or 2 before I do any more vlogs. It's just I don't want to come on and just try and fill the time with stuff that I think you might be interested in. I'd rather wait until I've got something that I can say, haha, here you go, get a load of this. There are a few things, hopefully over Christmas and New Year, that me and Deb are going to be going. Concerts and light switch-ons and stuff like that. And I will be doing a lot of filming while I'm there. I'll be getting some proper stuff for you so that, it's not just me sitting here talking at you. There's another jigsaw coming up, and as you can see from behind me, there, I've actually started a jigsaw. and it's called the Mariner's Chest, and it's pretty good. There's a guy called Colin Thompson, and what he does these jigsaws, and they usually it's usually something like a set of bookshelves or something with different things on associated with a certain thing. And this one is all to do with the mariners. So there's everything on there that you might find in a mariner's chest, like a telescope, a compass, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. For some reason, there's a Game Boy on it. I can't figure that out, but maybe it'll make sense. I've also found another site for my jigsaws, because I usually get them off Amazon. And there's a company called White Mountain. If you're into jigsaws, right, look for White Mountain jigsaw puzzles. They are stunning. And I've got 5 or 6 of them. I've done a couple that you will have seen in my album. Anything that you've seen that looks like a map of anywhere in America with pictures around it, or anything like that, is White Mountain. And I found a site online. I can't remember what it's called now, Barney's Jigsaws or something anyway. And they do over 300 White Mountain jigsaw puzzles, and you're only looking at about £14 each. And like I said, on Amazon, they're 20, 21, £22 each. So I'm going to get some off there. And the ironic thing is, I went on and I put 19 in my basket. I didn't buy 19, obviously, but I put 19 in my basket. And when I went on to postage, the postage was only going to be £7 for 19 jigsaws. Now, anybody who knows what a 1,000-piece jigsaw is knows that 19 jigsaws weighs a ton. So I took 16 out of the basket, and 3 jigsaws was going to cost £6.95. So it was going to cost the same for 3 as it will for 19. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait till I've got a bit more money and order a few in bulk, get 5 or 6 of them once I've done the ones I've got, because I've got about another 20 to do yet. Anyway, that's me done. Sorry I've talked your ears off, and I'll speak to you all soon. Enjoy the poem. Bye for now. Now, in our lives, we all have to go through, well, most of us have to go through a time where we say goodbye to somebody. And I don't mean goodbye, see you in a week. I mean goodbye for good. And a lot of people go through saying goodbye to somebody because that person is passing away from the big C. I don't say the word very often, and I haven't used it in the poem either, but that's what it's about, basically. Anyway, this poem is called How Cruel. I sit, I watch, I wait, the only sound a beep. The night brings only silence. Where once was a screen of mountains, now only the occasional hill. It's getting smaller, fainter. Minutes have become days, hours have become weeks. You don't move. Nothing does. 6 months you'll fight. You tried to win. I watched you try. I live, you die. It's not right. The nurse speaks, but I hear nothing. Another beep, another minute passes. Our life has been wonderful. A cruel world is going to end it. The daylight seeps through from somewhere. Your light will shine forever. I will carry you in my heart always. We met, we loved, we laughed, we cried. Everything was about us. How cruel is life? How wrong? It's been a while. No beep. The screen is blank. Your pain is over. Mine is just beginning. Now, when I wrote that, I wanted to write it, not anonymously as such. I wanted to write it so that people could make their own mind about what it was about. I don't mention any sex of any partner. I don't mention a male. I don't mention a female. I don't mention whether it's a husband, a wife, a brother, a sister, a best friend. It could be anybody. Because that's the thing about the big C. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care how much money you've got. It doesn't care whether you're a good person or a bad person. The big C is one of them conditions that doesn't care. It doesn't base itself on anything. Anyway, like I said, it's called How Cruel, and I hope, fingers crossed, that you never have to go through it if you haven't already been. Bye. This is just a quick add-on. This is a shout out to Mr. Ian Maddock, my best mate from Stoke. This is something he'll relate to. Yesterday, I was in my usual position here when the phone went, and it was my next door neighbour, Tony, and he had a problem with his laptop. Well, there isn't nothing new there. I've been fixing laptops for ages, but this was a rather funny problem because he'd done updates, my favourite word, updates, and once he turned his computer on, all he got was the Lenovo logo and then a black screen. just a black screen, nothing else. Now the good news was there was a Lenovo logo, so I was able to press F2 or F8, I can't remember which one it was, to get into the setup. And I managed to get in and format his computer, but not format it. I managed to keep all his documents, everything that he wanted kept. It was all kept, and reinstall Windows. And if anybody ever gets that problem, just remember, if you've got a modern computer, modern laptop or whatever, don't think that you haven't got a backup for Windows, because it's automatically on your computer. If you haven't formatted your computer, it's automatically there. You do not need a disk to reinstall Windows. It is automatically there. Whether it does it from the cloud, I'm not sure. But what it does is it will basically say, do you want to reinstall Windows? And you press yes, you do not have to put a disk in. It is automatically on your computer. There will be a backup version ready to install. So don't think you have to format your computer, because you don't. That's just a little extra message. And hello, Ian and Pauline. Hope you're all right. Oh, and can't go without saying it. Hello, Ethan and Charlie. Bye for now. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Thank you very much. And if you like what you saw, you can subscribe by clicking there. And if you want to see what I did yesterday, you've just got to click up there. Bye for now.